All right, it appears we are live. Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur. I am going to refresh this so that I can see your comments on this wonderful computer screen. And I don't see it anywhere there. So anyway, I guess I should get some of the information out early because I don't know how long this video is going to be. That's typically how live streams work. But for those of you who are not watching this live, please keep in mind that this is a live stream video. And there are at least 3 topics I want to discuss, and then who knows where it's going to go from this point on. So so if you're not watching this live, then the important stuff will probably be within the first 15, 20 minutes, maybe even 10 minutes, and then you can move on if you don't want to hear the banter. But like I said, there's 3 topics we want to discuss today. And the first topic I want to talk about today, and hi everyone, I see you, is Tryp referrals, because here's the thing. I made a statement that I was going to be investing into Tryp because of the channel. I wanted to invest in it. I wanted to stay on top of it. And as with any entrepreneur, you attempt things to see if they would work, and you report on them. And if they don't work, you tell people, honestly, that didn't work. And if they did work, you can say, hey, it did work. But of course, I kind of said that with a little bit like, I don't 100% believe in this company. I don't 100% trust this company. But because of my channel, because of the write-offs and everything, I was in a position where I could try it out, but I really cautioned people about trying it out themselves. I'm willing to be the guinea pig on that. And I have to say, my email has been flooded a lot recently, and at least half of the emails I get are people who write these really, really long, I've got an opportunity for you emails, which I hope is like, let me turn this a little bit to get that glare out of the way, which I hope is like, a sponsorship or something like that. And he said, no, they want me to sign up through their Tryp referral link. And granted, I know that's one of the selling points. It's like, okay, you sign up for a Tryp through someone, and then you sign all these people up and you get commissions from them. And then they sign people up and you get commissions from them, which, by the way, even if this is how it's going to start, this is not how it's going to stay long term. But when I get these emails, it reminds me more and more why I don't like multi-level marketing situations. It's kind of like Mary Kay. The whole point of Mary Kay isn't even the product itself. It's not, you're not going to make money going door to door selling, brothworth or whatever the heck they sell, or beauty products. You might sell a few when you get like a little together with the girlfriends a little bit. Boring. Not going to make a lot. But the reason you do the parties is because, yeah, you sell a couple products, but you're really getting them to sign up for the Mary Kay service. And yeah, you sign enough people up, as Matt just said, you get the Mary Kay car. But Mary Kay is built on signing other people up, not on selling a product. I mean, in companies like, in that situation, it's rarely the individual who wins. It's the company that wins because they're the ones who are getting the money from all the people you're signing up. You yourself have to sign up a lot. Yeah, you made it, Steven. You have to sign up a lot of people before you're successful. And so not only is that a problem, but you get people who are kind of like hungry animals, really. Like, I'm sure because of my channel and everything, that's a good point, Matt. Mary Kay has a product. Tryp does not have a product. And, it's always coming soon, apparently. But I'm getting all these emails that are long, and they don't look like spam, but they're really spam. And I'm sorry, but why am I going to sign up for your referral code? I don't even know you. And you honestly think that sending a long email, I don't like these things for a reason. And the thing is, already I can kind of see the writing on the wall. I mean, granted, I'll still do it. Again, I want to know for sure, and I can write it off if it's a loss because of the channel. I have that freedom. But no. It's like, if this is the main concern for the drivers, the thing about Tryp should be, hey, you have a rideshare app, in theory, at least it's coming supposedly, that you get 100% of the fares. That should be the selling point. Instead, the selling point is, if you sign up so many people, you will get this much money. And it's like, yeah, but you know what happens when that's the focus? Then you have more people trying to sell the app than they are using the app. And thus, the app serves no practical function. Thus, they go under. So, yeah, it's, I'm definitely, there's a reason I'm very, very cautious about Tryp. I know some of my fellow UberTubers really like the idea of Tryp, and at least in one case, they really want it to work because they are just so tired of driving for Uber, but they don't want to stop driving, which is the big dilemma. This is one of the reasons we have the strikes and the protests. I've got my water. My throat's been a little, and getting a new job is really difficult. The Juno thing probably won't happen because I think Juno's even put themselves up for sale. So yeah, that's why it's still alive. That's why people are still talking about it. But in my opinion, this is going to end up being nothing in the long run. I would be very surprised if something actually happens. Now then, the second topic we need to talk about, and this is clearly not an issue with me because you are watching a live stream right now. This is live. For those of you who aren't watching it live, it was live. And thank you to all 42 people. Oh, hi, Anti-Uber. I love that you're here. But there is a new YouTube policy now that pretty much puts an end for live streaming for a lot of UberTubers. And that problem, there goes the bad plumbing again. The problem is that YouTube's new rule is that you can no longer live stream unless you have at least 1,000 subscribers. Now, this actually does affect me, believe it or not. Not on this channel. This channel, I'm fine. I'm coming up to 13,000 subscribers. We'll be having the next subscriber party soon, hopefully. But it does, and I'm gonna actually go over. I'm gonna go over to my subscriptions here. It does mean some of the UberTubers that are not as big, they will no longer be able to live stream. Now let's look at some of the subscribers. Let's see here. UDM, okay, he's safe. Team LMDU, is he safe? I hope he's safe. Yeah, he's safe. He's got over 1,000. Rideshare guy is obviously fine. I think C Chell can still live stream. Yeah, she's got over 2,000. So yeah, that's good. Dave the Uber slave is fine. But here's someone who I believe is affected. Let's see here. He's got 296. And so he won't be able to live stream at the moment. And that's a shame for him because he primarily live streams. And he's saying no. Or, well, not he's saying no. YouTube is saying no, you can't do that. Here's another guy who can't live stream. Uber757. He can't live stream. He's got 333 subscribers. So that's no more. Let's see here. What about Savage Scientist? Is Savage Scientist affected by this? I have to. Oh, yeah, he is. He's got 803, so he can't live stream anymore. So And Dark Road Run doesn't look like he can live stream anymore. And if Mark uses his Average Me channel, I don't think he can live stream. So this is, what about this guy? Can this guy live stream? Okay, rideshare panel is fine. And Paid to Drive is fine. At least on 2 of his channels, he's fine. But this is not fun, obviously, because again, a lot of yeah, San Diego rideshare. Yeah, you can't live stream. And a lot of people are upset, and they're saying, well, I guess YouTube's just trying to screw you again. And it's like, no, here's what I think happened, guys. I think this is a response to the New Zealand shooter, because I think the New Zealand shooter basically opened the Fat Man. Is the Fat Man affected by this? Well, I'll talk while I search him up, but I think it's because the New Zealand shooter made that live stream video where he shot up all those people, unfortunately. And oh shoot, you're right, the Fat Man doesn't have 1,000, so yeah, he can't live stream anymore. That's sorry to hear that. And so they're trying to make it so that, and yeah, the shooter was on Facebook, but they're putting these limitations because it could have been YouTube. It could have easily been YouTube. So you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers. You have to be a little bit of you have to be a little established before they will let you live stream now. So that's that whole thing, which means all these people that I mentioned, in fact, yeah, I will. Someone just said, can you put some of these links below so we can subscribe? That would be great. So I'm going to start doing that. First of all, we have NYC Taxi. Subscribe to him. Let's see here. Who else? We have Uber 757. You can subscribe to him. Who else can we help out here? Savage Scientist. I am still surprised Savage Scientist is not 1,000 subscribers, but there's Savage Scientist. You can subscribe to him. Let's see here. Dark Road Run. He's at 422. There, you can subscribe to him, help him out. And there's one more major topic we're going to be getting to in a moment. Actually, Eat with Karen. Is Eat with Karen affected by this? No, she's not. She's good. She is good. Where's the Fat Man? I don't see the Fat Man. Uber Girl Paula. Yeah. I think she's affected by this too. But oh, there's the Fat Man. Okay, one more and then we'll move on to the next topic, which is probably the most important topic for this live stream. And you'll understand why. So there, the Fat Man. So keep in mind that just because I watch their channels and recommend their channels, it doesn't mean that I agree 100% with everything they say. But they're good people, so we want to help them out. And speaking of helping people out, you probably saw the thumbnail to this live stream and wondered, Some of you might be wondering who that is and why I picked that thumbnail for this particular live stream. Well, that is the thumbnail of a driver named Mandy, otherwise known as DriverLadyPro on YouTube. And she has been very active in the community. She's always on my channel, always giving me, you know, $1, $2 super chats. She's very nice. Talked to her on the phone a few times. Wonderful person. And she's also one of our severe activist members. I guess that's a term. But she actually has been working with... sorry, my ear, it just... She's been working with activists to try to get rights for the drivers. She's joined alliances. She attends protests. She tries to set protests up. She's constantly lobbying as best as she can for the government to listen to the drivers' plights, and also trying to educate the passengers. And one of the ways she does that is, of course, she not only does the old-fashioned protesting, signs petitions, holds up the signs. She shares our videos. She shared a lot of my videos. She shares a lot of other people's videos. She contributes financially to other drivers, and she's just a very, very good member of the community. Unfortunately, oh yeah, Music City Driver. Hey guys, Music City Driver, subscribe to him as well. He can't live stream because of this new rule. Well, here I've got some bad news about Mandy. She has unfortunately been diagnosed with cancer. The last time I talked to her, the doctor thought it might be a tumor, but it's pretty bad one way or the other. And we've got this GoFundMe, which was created by the Gig Workers Unite Against Cancer. And that's obviously a spinoff of the Gig Workers United group that she's a part of that helps set up a lot of these protests. And the description, which, if I was being perfectly honest, I probably would have written this a little differently, but it says, Mandy has spent the last year fighting tirelessly for workers' rights, and now she has been struck with the big C. This is her second fight against cancer. The fourth time, because that's misspelled, unfortunately, was renal, and now she is fights lung and liver cancer. See, I would have definitely reworded this. Mandy is one of the strongest and most selfless of people I know. No period, but there's a capital. She is currently in the hospital and will endure multiple surgeries in the days to come. She is strong and she's a fighter, but we're asking for your help to support her medical bills and her family during this tragedy. Mandy is an independent contractor, gig worker, and therefore not covered by health insurance. She will need all support she can get. Okay, so gig workers, just kind of let you know right now, I can't do it today. I don't even know if I can do it tomorrow, to be honest, but I will rewrite this for you because this does not read good. This is terrible. I don't want to be a spelling Nazi, where it's like, I don't necessarily think it helps a lot of people to go into other people's channels and complain about, just nitpick at spelling errors, although I do appreciate when people point out that I have spelling errors in my titles, because that is definitely something I want to fix, but that's just really bad. And the average person's going to look at this and they might not even think it's real. But I have talked to Paid to Drive. I've talked to Mandy herself. Apparently this is a real GoFundMe account. So what I'm doing right now, and I will include it in the description, but for the time being, for all 50 people who is watching this right now, here is the GoFundMe link. Oh shoot, it's too long. Shoot, it's too long. Is there anything else I can? Let me see if I can't do. Let me try something else. Let's see here. Tweet. Okay, this looks like a shorter one. But here's the link. Here's the link. So if all 50 people want to go over there and even contribute just $2, that would be great. I can't contribute till the 10th. That's just because of money issues. My money issues are not severe right now, but basically the funds until I get paid on the 10th are allocated for. But on the 10th, I will be contributing. Let's see here. Who's contributed so far? Anyone I know? Oh, hey, Driving with Dustin. He contributed. He contributed $30. Let's see what the highest donations are. Okay, he is the highest donation. Well, I've got to do better than Dustin because, you know, he made that snarky comment about me on my 10,000 subscriber that, you know, I'd be doing better if I was funnier and better looking and stuff. So, you know, I got to do better than him. So I'm going to give $40. And if he raises it to 40, I will raise it to 50. So on the 10th, that's when I will make my contribution. They are trying to gain $25,000, which actually seems like a fairly conservative number for fighting cancer. They have raised 85. So, yeah. Again, I'm gonna link this again. If any of you have got like $5 to spare, because apparently that's the minimum donation, please go to this link. There says 43, but that's at least 40. Let's just round it down to 40. Like if 40 people contributed $5, it's $200 right there. $200 right there. And by the way, that probably won't even cover a basic appointment. But yeah, so I'll be sharing the link in like my Facebook group and on Twitter and all that jazz. So in fact, I'm gonna tweet this now. There, the tweet sent. And I will make my contribution on the Kevin, whatever you donate, Maximo will match. I guess you're talking about me personally. Well, in that case, in that case, on the 10th, and I'll send you an email. I will donate at the very least 50. We might even donate a little bit more if it's going to get matched. So yeah, but it has to be the 10th guy. 10th, unfortunately. I wish I could do it right now, but it's just really tight for the next 5 days, and I do have basically I gotta get a root canal on Tuesday, and that's holding up a lot of the money right now. So, but I will be contributing to this. In fact, let's share this on my Facebook page right now. Share on a page you manage. Share in a group. I'm sorry, that's what it is. The group name is the Apptrepreneur Hangout. Please consider donating $5 for Driver Lady Pro's medical bills. And some people might be watching this right now and saying, well, why aren't you, it's like, why are you doing this? Why should they get money? It's like, you know what? Here's the thing. One of the things that I'm actually pretty proud about of the driver community as it is for the most part, we do have each other's backs in bad situations. And, you know, when Chell had like, I think a bad radiator and needed $300, otherwise she couldn't work, we all stepped up and got her $300. When that guy was berated by Oh, thanks, Steven. I will make sure she gets that, okay? But when that when I can't believe I'm blanking on his name, but the guy who was berated by the Lyft driver was shown publicly, he got like over $20,000 after being deactivated from Lyft. And so the community steps up and we help each other where Uber does not. So DriverLadyPro, who is one of our most active members, actually actually goes out and does a lot of the protesting and tries to get things changed. She's got cancer and her friends are fundraising $25,000 for her. So, you know, I've got 12,000 subscribers myself. If all 12,000 of those subscribers donated $5, that's $60,000. That's $60,000. And one of the things that I try to tell people is really, what's $5 to you? I mean, I know that some people have this issue with, I don't like to give money. And yeah, when you're seeing people on the street, I can sort of understand where you're coming from. I don't give a lot of people who are begging for money on the street money because I think that enables them not to get a job. Plus, if they have a drug problem, which most homeless people do have, then I think my just giving them money, that enables the problem. But this is not that situation. This is someone, well, people's life says we're all broke because of Uber and Lyft. That's an excuse. I mean, maybe you're trying to be funny. It's not funny. It's an excuse. You can give $5 if you wanted to. But this is not someone who's just begging money. She didn't even open the GoFundMe. Her friends did. She just, once in a while you get dealt a bad hand. And I think as a community, if we want, we could come together and we can help raise a little bit of money. So I'm going to refresh the page, which so far, no one, since starting this live stream, no one's donated. Oh well. I see the shares of the page did go up though, so that's definitely good. So, yeah, and Alex, yeah, because when Driving with Dustin made this video talking about it, he got 2 thumbs down. How cruel can people get? I mean, really, it's bad. Well, okay, I take it back. I take it back because Steven did send me $50 in a super chat here. Now, that's not going to her fundraising, but I'm actually I'm gonna make a note of this right now. If I get a super chat, on this live stream, minus the 30% fee, because I do charge 30% fees, unfortunately, to process this, I will make sure she gets it when YouTube sends me the payment on the 21st. So let's see here, 49. Let's just do 50 minus 30%. That's 15. Wait, is it 30%? How much is the super chat fee? Let me check to see if that is correct. I need to check. I need to see. Oh, thank you, Yam Jam. We'll make sure. Mandy gets it. YouTube super chat fee. Purchase a super chat. Let's see here. That doesn't help me. Shoot. They do take 30% of the so okay, folks, so here's how it's going to work, and this is why I actually would probably recommend people go to the GoFundMe to make these donations, because their fee is a lot less expensive. Any super chat you send me here, I will donate to GoFundMe on behalf of you guys. But YouTube does take 30% of the super chat, and as a result, I have to unfortunately not give that to her. That, you know, that's... So I recommend people go to the GoFundMe page to make their donation, but if anyone does a super chat here, I will give it minus the 30%. So right now we're at like $51. So that means I can give her 30, let's say 37. Frank, when you have the time, can you call me? I don't just call anyone, Frank. You're gonna have to tell me what this is about. You can also describe it in an email if you want. But let's go to GoFundMe. Yeah, still no donations to GoFundMe. Low Roller Scratcher, I actually already described that. It's not me. YouTube will not be allowing people who have less than 1,000 subscribers to live stream. So it's not affecting. The only way it affects me is that I can't live stream on the Apptrepreneur Vlogs channel. So if someone wants to help me out with that, and by the way, this will not cost you anything, go to that link and subscribe to the Apptrepreneur Vlogs channel. I'm gonna have another video coming up on Monday. Is Paula affected? Yes, I believe Paula will not be able to live stream. 509 subscribers. Oh yeah, no live streaming for Paula anytime soon. So although it seems like she's been doing a lot of recorded videos recently. Let me look at this. Yeah, so there. Yeah, these seem to be more edited videos. By the way, Mike, Paula wants your driver, Mike, if he's still here. Paula wants your phone number, and I didn't feel comfortable just giving it to her without asking. So if you're okay with that, let me know, and I'll pass your phone number along to her. Otherwise, do you want hers? I don't know. I don't know what she wants to talk to you about. Probably a collab, but you know, she asked. I said I'd pass it along. So let's see here. Yeah. Yep. So Paula can't live stream anymore unless she gets another 491 subscribers. So go ahead. Okay. All right. I will pass that number along then to her. So let's see. So I'm curious. Did anyone subscribe to my other channel after I uploaded it? Let's see here. Oh yeah, a few people did actually. So it's at 120 subscribers now. So my most recent video is about the 7 catches to the Apple credit card that Tim Cook doesn't want you to know. So, and a movie review of me and Katie seeing Jordan Peele's Us. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of vlogging content on this channel. So, kind of trying to grow that channel as well. So, JJ the karaoke driver, drop your link for your other vlog. Are you talking about my channel? Like, is that what you're talking about? So let's see here. Okay, well, there's the link. By the way, JJ, I did talk about that subject, and I did mention that you had brought it up. So anyway, Low roller scratcher. People find the way live stream with mobile. Keep it on YouTube. Search live stream tutorial mobile. That's not the issue. Low roller scratcher. The issue is that if you have if you have less than 1,000 subscribers, you can't live stream on that channel. So what video is that? And oh jeez, I forgot. Let me look through my archive and see if I can remember, because you know, no secret, daily videos, and there's usually 2 or 3. I'm kind of settled on 2. 2 seems like a good number. Once in a while there'll be 1, and in some cases there'll be 3. This will be the 1 video today. 12,000. I think, sheesh, I don't remember. I think it's this one called Does It Really Matter If It's Called an Uber Strike or Protest? Which didn't even crack 1,000 views. No one really watched that one. It's funny, the video on the left, Uber suspends driver signups in NYC, has gotten over 4.5 thousand views. And the one on the right, wait, Lyft is opening a bank, got about 2,500 views. So yeah, that one did not catch on at all. Live stream on Facebook. Well, I suspect Facebook's going to be doing their own. See, because that's the thing. I know that this rule was in response to the New Zealand shooter, but I think the New Zealand shooter, it was on Facebook, and I suspect Facebook will be putting some provisions in place, but I know that YouTube does not want that kind of attention. So that will be yeah. So yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. What about Twitch? That's a good question. Yeah, because Twitch is based pretty much completely on live streaming. I mean, you can upload a few things, but Twitch, the bread and butter is live streaming for Twitch. So yeah. So yeah, that's and that actually makes me wonder what's going to happen with YouTube, because what if YouTube is the only one who puts this restriction in place? That might create competition problems. You never know. So, oh, hold on, guys. I gotta do something real quick. I've been let me. Yeah, let's. Let me do. Huh. So that didn't work. Been keeping an eye on plane ticket prices for the honeymoon, and it's not, it has not been working getting a deal. So Lyft stock is 76. Yeah, Lyft stock is actually above the IPO price that they wanted for it. So let me try this. One, two, three. Okay. Sorry, folks. Sorry, folks. I know this is not fun, but need to. Oh, trying this out. I would have been doing this live stream a lot sooner, but I've been trying. But this thing was becoming a problem. So, did I get it? Did I get it? We'll get back to the... Okay. There we go. There we go. Oh, thank you, Namly. I'll make sure Mandy gets that. So, let's see here. Did anyone actually go to GoFundMe yet? Okay. Good for you guys. Okay, so Middleton Technologies, they matched my $50 and donated. So thank you, Middleton Technologies. They're they are my sponsors for Maximo, which you know what, just for that, let me see here. Where is it? Got all these notes. Wow, that video got over 50. Hey, Maximo, one of the videos that that you advertised on has over 50,000 views. And almost, you know, it's kind of weird to like your own videos, but I'm gonna like my own video just for that achievement. Now it's like one away from 800 subscribers. But anyway, so just because Maximo matched that donation, that's their app. A little bit of a free advertisement for them right there. So, Kevin, you invest cryptocurrency, you invest stock coin. I have some cryptocurrency. Not, but I got it when it was really, really cheap. So I've sold most of it and reinvested it in other places. But, you know. So, yeah, I know it's going up again. Well, I made my money. What can I say? So, I had medical bills to pay for, as we all do. So, all right. So let's see here. Let me look back at some of these comments. See if I can't answer some questions. Let's see here. What island are you going to again? Going to Kauai. And yeah, JJ, I agree. This does make it hard for small creators to get their views, because here's the thing: when they when YouTube changed the monetization status to basically be this situation where how should I put this? You had to have so many subscribers and so many views before you were monetized. A lot of people like cried foul, like, you're affecting my living, and the answer was no, they're really not. If you don't have 1,000 subscribers and at least, you know, 240,000 minutes of watched view time, you're not making a living off YouTube. You're making pocket change. You're making a little extra money, but it's not enough to make a living off of, because I have significantly more than both. And you know, I mean, I am for the most part making my living off YouTube, but one of my channels, this channel, has significantly more than that, and it's not enough to make a living off of. I have to have my other channels and my e-commerce sites to make my living. So that I kind of understood, but the whole live stream thing, that's going to hurt the small creators for certain. Okay, and oh, Kevin Anderson, thanks for the $9.99 super chat. I'll make sure Mandy gets it. So that will, you know, that's okay. Let's see here. I got to keep track of this. So I'm just gonna get $50 plus $10. So there we go. And if they aren't moving, Bitcoin is going up again. It's a good time to buy long-term. Well, we don't know if long-term will be a good solution for that. That's the thing. We just don't know. It's like Low Roller Scratcher. You cannot live stream on YouTube if you have less than 1,000 subscribers. It doesn't matter. The device doesn't matter. You know, Low Roller Scratcher, look, I like the fact that you're a dedicated fan. But if you don't understand this, we're going to put you in a timeout, because that's not how this is working. If you have less than 1,000 subscribers, you do not get to live stream on YouTube. It doesn't matter whether it's mobile. It doesn't matter whether it's, you know, a laptop. It doesn't matter if it's a desktop. You do not get to live stream. Now, Twitch, Facebook, all those things, yeah, you can still live stream there. We don't know if they're going to actually make some of these changes. But on YouTube, the answer is no. You can't live stream anymore. So that's it. Let it go. Let it go. So anyway, do we have any other questions, or should we wrap this up? You know, notice some of the viewers have dropped off, which is fine. It's Saturday. I don't expect a lot of viewers on Saturday in the first place. And I do have to, I know I have to change the title. Oh, okay. Okay, sorry, Low Roller Scratcher. I have to apologize. I have to apologize. That's, according to JJ, for those wanting to live stream under 1K, you can use your computer's webcam. The restriction is only for live streaming directly from mobile. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Low Roller Scratcher. I was wrong. I did not realize that's what it was. Okay, now I'm more convinced that this is in response to the New Zealand shooter. Because if they're gonna let you live stream on like a computer or laptop, they probably just don't want you to like live stream through the phone. Unfortunately, for a lot of people here, live streaming through the phone is how they live stream, so that's still going to hurt them. Middleton Technologies, hey, did you ever post what apps you use for invest? No, I didn't. I gotta work on that today, actually. But that'll be one of your sponsored videos, because that should be a more evergreen video, so that will have your ad on it. But, I mean, a couple of the apps that I use are linked to in the description below that you can sign up for, but there's a few more. But I guess just to answer, because we're now like 15 minutes into this, I primarily use Stash and Robinhood. Those are the primary ones. But you can also use like Acorn and E-Trade and Fidelity, things like that. So I will buy at least one share in all of the companies that I talk about. So on the 12th, I do plan to buy at least one share of Lyft. And when Uber comes out, I plan to buy a share of Uber. If it gets like cheap enough, I might buy more. So far, the only company that's going public that I feel comfortable in investing in is Postmates and Grubhub. Particularly Postmates, because Postmates does more than just food delivery, and if they can capitalize on that, then they have a real opportunity to grow quite a bit. So anyway, that's the Airbnb IPO 2. I will see. Airbnb is I'm very much on the fence for Airbnb for a couple of reasons. The thing about Airbnb is like, I know I'm actually considering getting into Airbnb. Like, we might buy a property and we might primarily rent it out to pay the mortgage. We see a lot of people doing it, particularly my future brother-in-law, and he seems to be very successful doing it. But I'm starting to see potential regulations. Like the government is starting to look at ways to restrict Airbnb use because Airbnb has a very obvious negative side effect. And that is that people are buying houses just to rent them out. And for that matter, another side effect is people who rent houses and that's their home are finding themselves being kicked out by their landlord who sees dollar signs and doesn't want to let them live there anymore because it's more profitable to rent out a house for, like charge like $150 a day for a house and potentially rent it out for 2.5 weeks than to just, let people, Kevin says Logan Paul's the reason. What did Logan Paul do recently? Did he do something recently? Anyway, so Airbnb might. I'm kind of skeptical because it's like especially with the housing crisis going on right now, in the sense that more and more average Americans can't buy houses. Airbnb is looking at one of the potential reasons for that. So there's already states that are considering passing legislation. Like there's a bill, I think in South Carolina, I don't know. I can't remember exactly. That's actually making it where like if you own more than 2 houses, then you have to officially register as a company. Because realistically, why would you need more than a couple houses? You have your home and you have your summer home, and then after that, it's kind of ridiculous. Now, some people might say, well, what about millionaires who want to buy multiple properties? And it's like, well, I'm sure a millionaire can afford a company fee if they want. Like they can apply for the business license and pay it, and it's just another property tax to them, and they don't actually have to rent out the houses if they don't want to. But it's definitely looking like they will. Hold on one second. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So it definitely makes sense that might be regulated soon, and I just have to kind of see what do the regulations entail, because right now the scary thing about getting into Airbnb, and more specifically buying properties to get into Airbnb, is you don't know what the government's going to do. Like that's kind of something I want to be regulated fast, just so I know what I'm working with. Like if they regulated Airbnb in like a year, and they how should I put this? And they say, okay, you can own 2 houses before you have to sign up for a business license. It's like, okay, so I know I can at least have 2 houses that I can rent out before I have to like look at whether going for a third is logical. Because I do like the idea of like, especially in Southern California, okay, let's buy the house and then let's Airbnb it for a few years to pay off most of the mortgage. Like that would make a lot of sense. Oh, Kevin, that situation was a year ago. If it was because of Logan Paul for that, they would have done this last year, not now. So Sasha says maybe Lyft will merge with a food delivery company. I actually think it's fairly a logical idea that Lyft and Grubhub could merge, because Lyft is late getting into the food delivery wars, if you will, but they need to get into the food delivery wars, and they just haven't. So what they might do, they might go up to Grubhub, hey, you're publicly traded, we're publicly traded, let's merge. You get our company, and then we get your companies, and we can become bigger, and we can fight off Uber that way. So, and then maybe the company could be called Lyft Hub or something like that. The problem with doing that, though, because I always have to look at both sides of this, is if they do that, They here's would Grubhub want Lyft? Because Lyft is not profitable. Grubhub appears to be profitable, and I mean, companies have money-losing operations all the time. Like YouTube, that is technically a money-losing thing for Google. Google does not make money off YouTube, but YouTube feeds into their other products very well. So, you know, feeds into their advertising business, their cloud business, and for a while, the Google Plus service. There's a lot of things that YouTube props up for Google that helps those products make more money, so that's why they allow it to go. And it gives them puts them in the vicinity of, like, you know, Tonight Show and content creators, which, you know, the content wars I think are officially on. Like, you know, Apple's doing it, Disney's doing it, Netflix, of course, is doing it. So YouTube has some long-term value for Google, even if it has not ever made an actual profit. But, and by the way, this is why I'm kind of surprised the Amazon phone wasn't continued, because the Amazon phone seemed to help Amazon with their overall business. Like, the phones were losing money, but Dustin, we talked about that already. You're going to have to watch the first 20 minutes when this is over. You'd think the Amazon phone, like, okay, so it's built into the Amazon ecosystem. They have a cloud computing service that makes money. They have a website that sort of makes money. I don't know. You'd think the phone would have fit into their business model and they'd keep it around even if it didn't make money. Although, from what I hear, the problem with the phone was there was a feature on it that when you held up the phone to a product, it would scan the product, find the product on Amazon, and you could buy it straight from the phone. And I think there was some antitrust concerns on that one. Like, it didn't get to the government level just yet, but people were looking at that and say, Amazon is the biggest threat to all businesses in the world, and they've devised a phone that you can bring into our stores and scan our merchandise and then buy it on their site. And I think that became a problem. Yes, we did get to DriverLadyPro yet, and oh, look at that, 2 dislikes, just like yours. I guess some people just really do not want. They do not want DriverLadyPro to get better, jerks. So, yeah, and Matt says, I just use the Amazon app to scam things. And by the way, Matt, totally disagree with that. Totally disagree with that. I disagree with that. It doesn't matter if it's not just because it's Amazon. I would disagree with it if you were doing it on eBay too. Because it's like, I do not like the idea of people going into stores which have employees and they're trying to make money, and you're taking their time to help you figure out a product. And in some cases, they spend a lot of time. I have seen people at Fry's talking to a salesman for over an hour about a TV, finding the perfect TV he wants. And what's the jerk do? He writes down the serial code number in his phone, goes to Amazon, and buys it because it's cheaper. Effectively wasting everyone's time, and in my opinion, that's stealing. That is stealing from the company, in my opinion. And I don't like it. And I don't like it when they do it for eBay either. Although, in all fairness, with eBay, I pretty much go to eBay to get out of print stuff that I can't normally find anywhere. I should actually do a video. A fun video would probably be me looking at all the stuff I have on my eBay wish list, like, you know, like eBay daydreaming or something like that. Let's look at, okay, let's read some of these comments. Let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, of course I'm going to help spread the word. She's a nice person. She does a lot for our community, and, you know, once in a while we need help. And thankfully, I've not been in a position where I've needed to ask for financial help. I got very close one time. ultimately, thanks to a gift from someone, I was able to not do that, but $25,000 is a mighty tall hurdle to come across. And I mean, I don't know, maybe she should embrace the grind, but maybe she should just embrace the grind and make the money that way. But no, she needs help. So I'm going to be donating as well. Let's see here. Amazon should enter ride sharing and food delivery if they want to take over the world. Well, the thing about Amazon, they're pretty close to having to break up because yeah. So I always love people like that, because it's like they act as if it bothers me, and it's like, nope, it doesn't, but you can't comment. Yeah, Amazon's on the verge of needing to be broken up. So there you know. Let's see here. JJ says, Walmart does that all the time. Competitive shopping, been doing that for a long time. They send their employees into competitor stores to check prices. That's different. That's very different, JJ, with all due respect. That's, yeah, that might be an employee doing that. They go and they check the price out. And you see, their goal is they're going to check out the price to see if they can match it, which, you know, as a business, you're very much in the right to do that. What I was talking about are the customers. The customers who go into these stores, waste the salesperson's time, gets all the information they need, and then sometimes even in front of the employee and the manager, go on Amazon, buy it. And here's the irony of that, by the way, folks. That shows why you still need to support your local stores. Because you couldn't get this information on the website. You had to go to the store, but you're not going to support the store for giving you that information. Well, what happens when the stores are all gone and you need the website? Clearly, Amazon wasn't providing a service you needed. So why are you giving them your business if they didn't provide the service that you needed? It doesn't make any sense to me. So, but yeah, if stores want to you know, go in, and if Walmart wants to like go to like GameStop and say, hey, they're selling the PS Vita, because they're not really selling it anymore, you see. They're selling it for like $100 and we've got it for $125, and Walmart wants to say, yeah, well, we might lose a couple dollars, but yeah, let's sell for $100. So that we don't lose our business to them. You know, that's one thing. That's something completely different. Low Roller Scratcher says, Best Buy can match the price on the spot. You waste your gas money if you buy from Amazon. Well, I'm sure some people don't think about that. People also don't realize that when you shop around for gas, like you drive for miles and miles looking for like the right gas price. Well, you're wasting gas. And whatever you might have saved, you would have saved it anyway had you just got the gas right there and then. So, you know. And I think Best Buy matches Amazon's prices, but I know a lot of companies are starting to move away from doing that, because the problem with matching Amazon's price is that Amazon typically sells things at a loss. So you do that too much, and now your company's losing money. And Amazon has very, very patient investors. They will keep pumping money into Amazon to keep them afloat. But it's funny, because I've for years been reading headlines like Best Buy and Barnes & Noble sales are down $50 million or something like that. And it's like, but they still made money. They still turned a profit. Whereas Amazon, it's like sales are up, but they're not making a profit. And it's like, well, clearly we know which one we want to invest in. I'd rather invest in the one that's making money. Amazon stock is very much overpriced. They do need to split. I think they will be forced to split at some point. I mean, when the numbers show that Amazon was responsible for 50% of sales during Christmas, I think 35% is when it's considered a monopoly. That's or or at least the start of a monopoly. So, and they're at 50. If they get to like 60 this year, watch out. Unfortunately, our government also just passed the Disney-Fox merger, which is especially bad for consumers. So, I don't have a lot of faith that it would be that anything's going to happen. I actually think the government seems, and the government's kind of been this way for like 20 years now. It seems they will definitely protect the big companies to give them more and more and not actually enforce the antitrust laws that are there. But then ironically, of all things, the Department of Justice sends the Academy Awards a letter warning that new rule changes that might exclude Netflix would be considered violating antitrust laws. And I'm like, what are you talking about? The Oscars don't affect, the Oscars don't control theater count. It doesn't control, whether or not you do or do not release your movies in theaters. It doesn't control box office that much. You really think Black Panther was helped by its Oscar nominations? Green Book, maybe, but not Black Panther. And do you think Netflix even cares because they got 10 Oscar nominations? Rome was on streaming. They're not making money off of that. I just thought that was ridiculous. It's like, no. Antitrust laws are practices that prevent companies from being competitive and making money. The Oscars give out awards, and if they say to qualify an award, you got to be in movie theaters for 2 months first, that is a rule. It is a rule. I don't understand. Clearly, someone who sent that letter, they love their Netflix. Like, no. Don't you mess with my Netflix. Don't you screw with my Netflix. Like, I don't want to have to pay to see movies. I'm sorry. That news item really pissed me off when I read that day. So anyway, let's see here. Matt says, revenue show potential. Antitrust seems dead. I agree. But the thing is, potential is not results. I mean, because let's use a visual. Oh shoot, it's not there. It's not there anymore. Oh no, it is there. Okay, excuse me, folks. This should be fun. Here we go. Academy Award winner, Golden Compass. This was supposed to be the first in a trilogy of movies that was going to be like Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. And it was technically a bomb. It made about $350 million, which it cost $200 million. So they lost money on this, but it did show potential that the sequels could still do well, maybe with a lower budget. Do you think we got a sequel because it had potential? No. Didn't make money, so there. You got a standalone movie that goes nowhere as a result. So potential should not matter. It should only be results. I mean, I can understand when you're starting a company, then you might want to look at the potential more than the profits. But Amazon's been around for 20 years, guys, and Uber's been around for 10. If they haven't made the money now, they're not gonna make it. Let's see here. You forgot Sprint in the T-Mobile merger too. You forgot about AT&T and T-Mobile. Yeah, I didn't like those mergers either. And Matt says Netflix got to put movies in theaters because, well, if they want awards, they got to put it in theaters. But otherwise, Netflix just dumps their movies on streaming. Kevin says people will always go with the cheapest price. That is why we have rideshare. Yeah, but the thing was, when I started doing it, like the minimum charge was $10, which seemed fair. And people were doing that all the time. I mean, yeah, it got super cheap and then everyone was doing it. But realistically, you should be starting at 10. Let's see here. Jancy says the problem is that most stores will match Amazon prices. Why not give best prices so online stores struggle? Unfortunately, the big stores have pushed consumers to buy online so they could save 20% to 30%. Sometimes there's certain things that are a little, okay, see you later, JJ. I'm going to be wrapping this up in like maybe 5 to 10 minutes. we've been going over an hour. I need to do my walk today. But like, you know, like video games, movies and stuff, those are the same price online. So anyway, Ali says, how much money Uber left out with before they go to business? I don't know. And oh, here's an interesting point by Low Roller Scratcher. Netflix put all video stores out of business. People miss going to the video store now. Yeah, you know, I didn't see the DOJ like writing Netflix a letter and saying, hey, blockbusters are going out of business and Hollywood Video, they're out the door. You need to stop. That's an antitrust thing. No, they considered that competition. But the Academy Awards wants to make it a rule so that Netflix has to have movies in theaters for a certain amount of time before they are eligible for awards. That is breaking antitrust, please. So anyway, folks, I'm going to put this up one last time. But here is... Oh, what happened there? Oh, here we go. Here's the GoFundMe. For Pete's sakes. Boy, do I hate that. Sorry, one moment. Will Lyft ever implement the long pickup fee? Probably not if they haven't done it at this point. Here's the GoFundMe link again. Please consider giving $5. Any super chats that were made during this video will be donated to this fund on April 21st. That's when YouTube pays me. So unfortunately, 30% will have to be deducted. So it's going to be like $37. But I do appreciate the you know, two more disliked, of course. Let's see here. Do we have is it up to 140 now? Yes, it is. Thank you, Chad, for donating. I don't know if you were watching the live stream, but thank you for that. Anyway, but we're going to have to end it there. For those of you who missed the beginning, you can rewatch the video. The first 23 minutes are where we talk about all the main topics. And then it's just this random communication thing that we were doing. But anyway, for everyone who might not be watching this live, who happened to make it through the whole thing, I like to know what your thoughts on all these topics are, of course. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. Consider donating to the GoFundMe. I will have the link below in the description. And as always, flame responsibly.